Hi everyone, so what I wanted to talk to you about today, now that you're probably aware that I am pregnant, is trying to conceive, basically what we did, how it went for us. Now I'm sharing this video with respect to Mark in mind. I'm not going to go into loads of like details about like, you know, intimacies and things like that, but I have been trying to conceive. It didn't take us very long, but the information I found firsthand from other women who had put their stories on the internet was invaluable. So if I can do anything like that to like help other people, then I would like to, so that is why I'm doing it. I will try and share as much as I can, but let's get started. Now, we actually conceived this baby on the first cycle of trying, and if my dates are right and everything that I've worked out is right, then it was actually the first time that we actually did the deed for the first time without protection. Now a little bit of history, because it did actually start for us back in October 2014, which is obviously like last October because it's August 2015 now. Now I had been on the pill ever since coming back, ever since you know, having William really, and it wasn't really working for me all that well, to be honest. Like, the pill has never really agreed with me. It can make my periods a lot more painful and a lot heavier, and I generally feel quite gross when I take the pill. So me and Mark had a chat and we decided that I would come off in October with a view to using other protection, which in this case would be condoms, and then the other benefit for that would be that when we did eventually start trying, the pill would be way out of my cycle to a point that it wouldn't hopefully be affecting me anymore. So if you think October to August, that's like October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July. Well, July is actually when we started trying, so that's like 10 months or so. So the pill was way out of my system, which I think was a really key point for me. My periods had regulated, but they were also quite long cycle wise. Now my average cycle, according to the apps I use, was about 33 days, but it ranged from anything from 26 days to 38 days. And looking back, the biggest factor determining how long my cycles would be stress. I do suffer quite badly with stress because I do tend to burn the candle at both ends. It was mainly a result of working 2 jobs. Like, I work full-time anyway, and then obviously I do YouTube and my blog. Now, yeah, they started off as hobbies, but I actually, you know, it's like another job now. A lot of work goes into it, and I'm kind of done trying to be like, oh, it's just a hobby, because it's really not. So in terms of when I would be ovulating, I kind of had no clue, and it wasn't until about May or June this year that I started paying attention to ovulation signs, the biggest of which would be cervical mucus, which is a gross term, I know, but it's basically any discharge you get, and discharge is normal, and like, I should be able to talk about this and not be embarrassed, but when you are at your most fertile, your cervical mucus and any discharge you get is likely to be what is called egg white cervical mucus. So you'll see it, and it does look honestly like egg white. It's kind of weird. And it also can be quite watery, and those are the 2 most fertile types of cervical mucus. So I had noted in past months when they were, and for example, the month prior I was fertile while we were in Venice actually. However, we weren't trying for a baby then, so we haven't got some like magical Venice baby on the way. But I was starting to get aware of the signs. You also get a increase in your, like, how do I phrase this? Your feeling in the mood for stuff. Yeah, so you're likely to see signs like that as well, and that definitely worked for me. And so when it came to trying this time around, I was paying attention to those signs, but then I also started looking at some apps I'm using, and that was helping me predict when I might be ovulating. So one app I use is called Clue, and it looks essentially like this on the home screen, and what you do is you can track your cycles. So it will tell you the red bit here is when I am on my period, and the blue bit is your ovulation, the little green dot is where you're up to now, and it will take you on that cycle. Now what you can do every day is enter data, and you can enter, like, you know, whether or not you had sex, your temperature, your cervical mucus, all of those things. And this was really useful because it would also give me a history of my last cycle. So you can see, like I said, they are very, very up and down. So that was a really useful app. I didn't just use one. Oh no ladies, I used 3. Mainly because I don't think that I can rely solely on technology, and it was interesting to see how different apps interpreted, you know, my cycles and my fertility. So another one I used was called Glow, which is just loading now. And this one now knows that I am pregnant, but Glow works in a very similar way. You can complete your log every day. You can, you know, you'll get a prediction about when you're most likely to be ovulating. And you can see again here, there's a calendar with like my last periods, and you can add more information in there. Now Glow and Clue would often give me different results. I let one of my friends know that I was trying to conceive, and she recommended Ovia, which is actually a proper fertility app. Now this is just about really trying to conceive, which again was really useful. It gives you a fertility score throughout the day, like your cycle length, how many days until you should take a pregnancy test, and things like that. And using all of these in conjunction with each other was just really helpful for me, because it made sure that I wasn't led by one app, but I also trusted my own instincts as well. So we started trying to conceive on the 30th of July, which, if I check my I'll check the Clue app because that's the most useful one for me. That will have been, when was the 30th? It will have been my 14th day within the cycle. And what I didn't realise at the time, even though I was getting symptoms, the app was telling me that I wasn't going to ovulate for a couple more days. But that was actually the time that I ovulated, and there are several reasons why I know this. The first one is that 2 days later, on the Saturday, which was the 16th day of my cycle, I went to the shops and I bought myself one of these, which is the clear blue ovulation like test basically. And I started taking them every day from Saturday, and I would take one in the morning and one as soon as I got home from work to try and detect my LH surge, which is a luteal, I don't know what it's called. I'll put it down below or add an annotation now. But every time you get an LH surge, you're likely to release an egg within the next 12 hours. And every single day I took it, and bearing in mind I took it, when did I take it? Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So I took it for a week. I had negative every single day. And then I started to think, okay, I've either already ovulated and missed it and my cycles are crazy, or I haven't ovulated this month and there might be an issue with my fertility, or it just might have been a bad month for me. And it was really, really confusing. But then I did start listening to my signs, and eventually I took a test, which was the Sunday, the last time, like the day before was the last time I took an ovulation test, and I thought, right, I'll take a pregnancy test and see. And I'll describe all of my symptoms running up to that in another video, which you'll be able to see here, because I'm pre-recording them and they'll probably all go up in one go and really annoy people. But yeah, I took the test and it turned out I was pregnant. So I think in theory this would have been really useful had I have used it earlier, and had I have had to go into other cycles to keep trying for a baby. But I would definitely recommend them because it does help you get to learn your body and like understand your body. But honestly, the apps are really useful. Coming off the pill with plenty of time is really useful. But the biggest thing for me was just listening to my body and knowing the signs, because if I'd have done that, I think I would have been much more aware. I'm not saying don't do these, but I think you have to do all of them in moderation. Some of the things I didn't do was, for example, I didn't take my basal body temperature every day because I just hadn't got to that point. This was our first month of trying. That's another thing that I know a lot of women do. I also recommend a board on Baby Centre, which is actively trying. If you want to like go through all of this with other women and like share your symptoms and signs and just get support, that's a brilliant board to use. And another thing that I did do was take Pregnacare Conception, and I'd taken this for quite a while, and I was just taking a tablet every day. It's got folic acid in as well as other vitamins, and yeah, I don't know if this had an effect, but I'm really glad I'm taking it because I know it was getting my body in the best possible like situation for a baby. So that is everything really. I just thought it would be really useful to kind of share my experience. If you want to know more about symptoms, early pregnancy symptoms, then go and have a look at my, I think I'll call it something like the 2 to 4 week pregnancy update and early symptoms. Go and have a look at that video and you'll find out more. But yeah, that is everything for our little trying to conceive video. I hope that helped, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!